and welcome to another fantastic episode of Courage, Wisdom, Power, where we treat games like that recreation of the dating game that your youth group did, that at least one guy took way too seriously. You know who you are. Let it go, man. She sees you as a brother. You know this. Anyways, this is a Christian teen-focused podcast. We talk about games and whatever's on my mind, and our mission statement is to have the courage to stand up for the faith, the wisdom to speak God's word, and the power to live for the Lord in everything we do. And just by listening, you are furthering that goal we set out to reach. This season's theme is How Did We Get Here?, where we discuss church history and maybe gaming history, because I know too much about it and could probably connect a lesson to it if I tried hard enough. Because I know too much about it, because of the upcoming holiday, well, it's upcoming when I'm recording this, but it's already been 4 days since it happened. But still, today's episode we're discussing the history of Valentine's Day, from its origin, the inevitable Catholicization of it, and who even is Valentine in the first place. Before we get to that, let's do some catch-up. I started a Minecraft realm with my friends over last weekend and have been hopping on and helping as much as I can since then. I wouldn't call it a Minecraft phase just yet, but I could be leaning more towards it soon enough. Let's get into it. So I personally have never done a Minecraft realm before, and I had no clue what it even was until we started. It's basically a subscription-based server system for Bedrock where you can have your own little private server with your friends for $8 a month. What makes it different from just an average shared survival world is the host is not required to be logged on 24/7. Anyone can hop in and hop out, but whenever they feel like it. It's led to a lot of weird peeks into the minds of my friends that were very unexpected. You really see true colors when playing Minecraft Survival with someone. For instance, Courage, Wisdom, Power team member and good friend of mine, Rylan, is homeschooled, therefore has what to me seems like an infinite amount of more time than I could ever have to work on the world, and what he's done with that time is surprising at the least. Never have I seen a full set of diamond tools, a nether portal, and an end portal all prepared at the immense speed that he has gotten them done. Then there's Oliver, who is very closely following behind Rylan with the massive resource gaining, which is honestly kind of more impressive with him being not homeschooled. Everyone else in the server I haven't really interacted with except for one person, Colton, who you may remember from Clear the Log, Part 1. So my encounter with Colton is the exact reason why I brought this all up in the first place. When he logged on, I had already started a mining hole up, a strategy I've been using since a classic console edition back on the 360, and I had a decent chunk of materials. He immediately asked where everyone was so he could build something adjacent to us. I told him my coordinates, and he headed over to my base. He said he was going to go explore the cave in the cliffside next to us, which I was planning on going to when I was done with the mining hole. I begrudgingly said sure. He lit up the whole cave and mined it of all its valuable ores. I was about to log off when I thought, you know what? This world's gonna be different. I told him that while I'm gone, he can use whatever materials I have, since it was all basic stuff anyways. He was happy to hear that, and I went to bed. The next day, he basically told me my mining hole was a waste of time, built a house in my area, and a potato farm. This really tested my patience for some reason. My heart was telling me to kick him out. He's squatting. He can go find his own spot. Remember the movie Parasite? He's doing that. Kick him out. But the Spirit said otherwise. He reminded me that this is how the disciples lived. Acts 4:32. All the believers were one in heart and mind. No one claimed that any of their possessions was their own, but they shared everything they had. Now, really, was the Lord talking about how I play Minecraft? Not really. But doing these actions in a fake scenario is practice for real-life relationships and friendships with fellow believers. I did text him later that day saying that I'll let him use my stuff as long as he searches for a spot for his real base. He happily agreed, saying to not worry, he's not a squatter. The whole scenario did give me a fun idea for my semi-mega base, probably better described as a pretty big but not really mega per se base. That is being a... sorry, I lost my spot. That being a direct recreation of the house from Parasite, which, fun fact, is a completely real house that was built specifically for the movie and was put up in the housing market afterwards, so the blueprints and floor layouts are very publicly available. Alright, so, Minecraft. It's still fun. I really didn't think I was gonna, actually vibe with it that much. I thought I was just gonna play for my friends, but, that mining hole is pretty deep. It's a pretty deep hole. I keep popping in whenever I'm not doing something. Whenever I'm not playing Silent Hill 2, I just pop into the Minecraft world, do some work on the mining hole, and call it a day. It's pretty great, honestly. I miss Minecraft. I was roasting it, saying it was bad now. No, it's still Minecraft. You gotta dig, quote unquote, for it, but it's still Minecraft at the end of the day. It's very different, but it's Minecraft. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, yeah. If there's a time to have a Minecraft phase, now y'all should do that, because, well, any time's a good time for the Minecraft phase. Anyways, on to songs from a Nightingale. Today's song is The Path to You by Josh Adams, which is probably the most relatable lyrics for a young on-fire believer like me. Trust me, just listen and you'll understand exactly what I mean. Please enjoy, I'll be right back.
Is it selfish if I wanna be human? I tend to pray before I come to conclusion. I wanna wait for a perfect communion this time around. It seems like every girl is already wounded, so I don't wanna play the role of my Cupid. The water's fine, it's not even polluted this time around. I finally found a love that's worth the wait until it pleases, and I swear I won't stir it up just because we share these feelings. And you know that I've been crushed, and it's so bad for stupid reasons. I'm still glad that I chose this path, it led me to you. Is it selfish if I'm keeping it private? I tend to pray before I tend to be quiet. I'm gonna wait and I really don't mind it this time around. If it's from God then I don't wanna ignore it. It doesn't matter what happened before this. Feels like a drop before it's finally pouring this time around. I finally found a love that's worth the wait until it pleases, and I swear I won't stir it up just because we share these feelings. And you know that I've been crushed, and it's so bad for stupid reasons. I'm still glad that I chose this path, 'cause it led me to you. And I will not awaken love before it's time, but my love will still remain when I discover mine. And I will do my best abiding in the vine. I wonder if our branches intertwine. I finally found a love that's worth the wait until it pleases, and I swear I won't stir it up Just because we share these feelings, and you know that I've been crushed, and it's so bad. For stupid reasons, I'm still glad that I chose this path, 'cause it led me.
Valentine's Day. The day that half the population cherishes as the day that a large majority of us guys are finally willing to take off work for the special girl in our lives. While the other groans at the thought of the amount of PDA and happy people. But how did we get here? What makes February so important for love? Who's Valentine? All will be answered here. Let's dive in to the history of Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day started the same way most holidays did. Pagan. In Rome, they had a festival called Lupercalia that was celebrated in February with mating rituals and the putting up women in the lottery for the men. Yep, already up to a great start. Just like with Halloween, it was commandeered by the Catholic Church with all the connections to Lupercalia very quickly scrubbed away. Pope Gelasius I is usually credited with this action, but the actual holiday isn't really cited to have been celebrated till around the 14th century. The name Valentine came from the legend of a martyred priest who had been sending letters to the daughter of his jailer signed, "From your Valentine." Another legend connected to Saint Valentine was that he would secretly marry couples under the emperor's nose so the husbands wouldn't be sent off to war. Actual cards labeled Valentine started to appear in the 1500s, with commercially produced cards being made available in the late 1700s. The first used in the US were printed in the mid-1800s. Cupid started to appear on them because, well, he's Cupid. Feels like a given to put the Roman god of love as a standpoint for a holiday dedicated to romance. I mean, it's a lot easier to put Cupid on something than, say, Aphrodite, since he has such a distinct cherub look. The reason birds were added are because it was assumed that February was mating season for them. Now, if you listen to the Halloween episode, you probably have noticed Valentine's Day has a greatly similar origin to Halloween. Started pagan, Catholic Church commandeered it, and then commercialism threw in candy and cards and stuff, and now we're here. So how can you celebrate as a believer then with all this goofy history? This may sound cheesy, but the best way you can celebrate Valentine's Day as a believer is by loving the Lord and loving your neighbor as yourself. Those being the two most important commandments. So, I would like to promote this year's Valentine's Day, while saying this 4 days late, as a day to remind ourselves what the Lord has told us is most important for us to do. Alright, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, please join the Discord, because this part of the show I'm going to ask a question, and I want to hear your guys' responses to that question. I want to see them. And that question is, how did you celebrate Valentine's Day? How did you celebrate it as a believer? Because for me, I got the guys together, and we're going to go have dinner. I'm recording this on Valentine's Day. We're going to go get dinner, and then they're going to go off to youth group. And then we're going to go watch a movie together afterwards. And it's going to be awesome. And we're going to call it Valentine's Day. And it's great. And we're going to dress up semi-formal. Make it real fun. Yeah. Valentine's Day is going to be pretty awesome for me. And I want to hear what you guys are doing for Valentine's Day. I want to hear what you guys chose to do. And what were the most, what were the most godly things you did as a celebration for today? I went out of my way to go grab a pizza for my mom. What's something you did that was godly this Valentine's Day that you want to share? Anyways, thank you so much for listening. This is a shorter, much more relaxed episode. I didn't really have much time this week to get anything together, so this is what you got. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, join the Discord. It's pretty great. Go buy some merch. The merch is looking pretty good. Keep listening. Keep telling other people about it. This is a word-of-mouth podcast, so keep telling people about the podcast. And just keep the mission statement in mind. Have the courage to stand up for faith, the wisdom to speak God's word, and the power to live for the Lord in everything we do. Because just by listening, you are furthering the goal that we set out to reach. Happy belated Valentine's Day. Have a great one. See ya.